Hi, I'm Nat. I run EventZen here on the Sunshine Coast in Queensland, and this is Wedding Therapy, where we talk about weddings from the emotional and practical side, not just the pretty pictures. Today, I want to walk through two different wedding day timelines. One is more classic and one is more alternative and laid back. And my hope is that you'll see you don't have to squeeze yourself into one right structure. You get to choose the flow that actually fits you guys as a couple. So, a beautiful wedding day isn't just about what happens, it's about when it happens. And most of the stress I see on wedding days comes back to poor timing and too many things getting crammed into too little space. So when your timeline is rushed, the whole day can feel hectic, chaotic, it goes really quickly. And when it has breathing room, it can feel calm and collected and actually enjoyable. So let's look at those two options, a more traditional timeline and then the if I were getting married again, this is how I'd do it timeline. So the classic wedding timeline. This is the style you'll see in a lot of planning guides and it's cookie cutter for a reason. It works. So the flow is morning, getting ready with your bridal party, hair, makeup, photos of details, and then your partner getting ready somewhere else. Early afternoon, ceremony, guests arrive, you walk down the aisle, you say your vows. After the ceremony, there's congratulations, family photos, a group photo, wedding photos, couple photos. And then in the late afternoon, there's cocktail hour. The guests have canapes while you finish your photos or have a quick breather. In the evening, goes to the reception, there's entrances, speeches, dinner, first dance, and then the party. And this timeline works really well if you love the idea of the ceremony being the big first moment of the day, or if you want that traditional flow where guests see you for the first time when you walk down the aisle. If you're comfortable having a clear formal part and then a clear party part. The keys to making this version feel good are planning enough photo time, so at least 75 to 90 minutes if you want couple, family, and wedding party shots, and then adding a buffer between getting ready, travel, ceremony, and reception. Thinking about what guests will do during the photo time so they're not just waiting to do nothing. If you love these traditions, this timeline can be beautiful. You just need structure and buffer so it feels smooth rather than scrambled. Option 2, the alternative laid-back timeline. Now let's talk about the different kind of day, the one I'd personally lean towards if I were to do it again. My first one was actually the more traditional one. So I would start with a chill morning. No giant bridal party production at 6 a.m, just a slow start, getting coffee with a small circle of my besties and my close family, including my fiance. Around lunchtime, we'd have a light lunch with the same group, real food, real conversation, no rush. Think of it as grounded, intimate start rather than a full performance day. Then after lunch, I'd get the photos done. Couple photos, a few friends with family and friends all before the guests arrive, so I'm not disappearing for an hour while everybody waits. Then around 3 p.m, we'd all head to the reception space and go straight into cocktail hour together. No hiding in a room, no big grand entrance later. We'd just be there, greeting our guests and having a drink and actually talking with everybody. So we'd welcome everyone properly with a short speech, champagne and cutting the cake. And then we'd do our first dance early while everyone's fresh and fully present. You might not even want to do a first dance. And then at 5 p.m, we'd move into the ceremony. Everybody's relaxed, already connected, already warmed into the day. The ceremony becomes the emotional anchor in the middle of the celebration, not the only part that matters or something that's done and over with at the beginning. And then straight after, we'd go right back into dinner and dancing. No gap, no awkward lull. And then the whole day would feel like a continuous experience. Morning, calm. Early afternoon, photos and connection with your people. Late afternoon, cocktail hour and first dance with everyone. Early evening, the ceremony, and then into night, dinner and party. This kind of timeline is amazing if you don't resonate with very formal traditional structure and want more time actually talking with your guests, not just waving at them from across the room. And if you prefer your ceremony to be warm and relaxed and grounded instead of high pressure. So how do you decide between these? Well, you ask yourself what you want. Do we want the ceremony to be the big beginning or the emotional anchor in the middle? Are we energized by tradition or does it feel performative to us? Do we care about photos and moments or about the unstructured time with our people? And how do we want the day to feel? Calm and connected or high energy and classic? There's no wrong answer. They're both great timelines. The right timeline is the one that protects your energy and your relationship and the vibe that you actually want. And whichever version you choose, remember, build in a buffer. 10 to 15 minutes between major moments. Be realistic about photos and travel time. Think about what guests are doing while you're doing other things. And the timeline isn't just logistics. It's like the shape of your whole experience. So if this is helpful, subscribe and follow for more wedding tips and advice. And let me know in the comments if you want to see anything, what you want me to talk about. Blah, blah, blah.